welcome to this Arizona Sunshine 2 review. Hope you enjoy it.
Yes, Arizona Sunshine 2. Right now it is priced at €50 and the campaign is only around 5 hours long, and that is a significant cost for such a short campaign, isn't it? But is it still worth it? Well, Arizona Sunshine 2 gets some things right and some not so right. First of all, I can't deny that it was a pleasant experience to play a VR game with PCVR quality graphics. I played it with the Quest 3, not standalone, no, I connected it to my computer, and the game consists of 19 chapters, each filled with zombies, or as the main character calls them, threat. The story is pretty straightforward. A helicopter crashes, you receive a voice note about the search for Patient Zero, and you set out to find him. However, in the chopper you find a dog named Buddy as well. He accompanies you during your adventure and is of great help in keeping zombies at bay. Buddy is a delightful addition to the game and something I haven't seen much or haven't seen at all in any other games. The fidelity of the dog looks fantastic, and what's fun is that you can throw a ball and he will fetch it, you can pet him and you can even store guns on him or dress him up. It's pretty awesome. Now, during your quest to find Patient Zero, you go through 19 chapters. And as I mentioned earlier, the graphics look great, as you can see. The levels are well designed with excellent detail, and there is no annoying HUD overlay that is immersion breaking, as everything you need to see is seamlessly integrated into the levels, again as you can see here in the video. And this is something other games could really learn from, and I am looking at you, Ubisoft. However, while most levels are great, there are some, like the sewer levels, that are rather boring and not as well designed as the others, I have to say. I practically ran through them to, well, skip them, so to say. Additionally, some darker parts where your flashlight turns on automatically are still way too dark for my liking, making those sections less enjoyable. You can, by the way, also not grab your flashlight. Now, there is a lot of shooting involved and it's all very arcadey. Now, there is nothing wrong with that, just so you know, don't expect any realism. Hordes of enemies come at you in each level, and while the diversity of zombies is nice, it was very disappointing that there were no boss fights. I was really expecting some, especially since games like After the Fall featured some great boss battles. The addition of boss fights would have added a nice variety to the gameplay. Now, speaking of shooting, the gunplay feels decent. There is a nice variety of weapons you come across, from pistols and machine guns to a simple flamethrower. There is no automatic reloading, which is good as it allows you for a more immersive experience by manually reloading the guns with your bare hands. Now, you will need to keep an eye out for ammo, as you can easily run out, but don't worry, if you do run out of ammo, you can resort to using an axe, for example, although I found the melee combat to be very weak compared to games like Saints and Sinners, where melee combat feels very satisfying. In Arizona Sunshine 2, I tended to avoid it. Now, throughout the gameplay, you can gather items that you can later use to craft grenades, mines or Molotov cocktails, for example, and that's pretty much it. There are no weapon upgrades, which was something I expected going into this game, or maybe personal armor upgrades or whatever. It's just you can craft 4 items. Now, I completed this game in roughly 4.5 hours, which is very short, but honestly, it probably shouldn't be any longer. Towards the end, the gameplay became somewhat repetitive, with a pattern of sneaking through houses, looting, turning on the power and shooting zombies in the same way every time. I was actually relieved when it ended after those 4.5 hours, and I did have fun during that time, don't get me wrong here. However, for the $50 price tag, it felt like a lot of money. Especially since, in my honest opinion, I had more fun with The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners, which offered great melee combat, nice weapon customization, a compelling story with choices, and that lasted roughly 15 hours, all for, $10 less. So I would say that compared to what's available in the market, Arizona Sunshine 2 is a little bit overpriced. If $50 means a lot to you, you might be disappointed here. However, again, don't get me wrong, I did enjoy my time in the game, and I am sure I will play through it again, and this time on the hardest difficulty and in co-op mode. Yes, compared to most other games, you can fully enjoy this game in co-op with a friend, so I will have roughly 10 hours of good fun with it in total. It is worth noting that there is also a horde mode, where you basically fight waves of enemies, and it includes a leaderboard. However, that's not the primary reason to buy this game. You buy it for the co-op campaign. And despite its short length and some drawbacks, I still believe they have created a worthy VR game, especially when it's on sale. Now I hope this video gave you a quick insight in what this game has to offer, and if you are looking for a quick comparison with what Saints and Sinners has to offer, check out my first impression video over here. As always, I hope to see you in my next video. Ciao ciao.